Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to the H2 and FY25 post-earnings conference call of Markolines Pavement Technologies Limited. Today on the call from the management team, we have with us Mr. Vijay Oswal, Founder and Chief Financial Officer. As a disclaimer, I would like to inform all of you that this call may contain forward-looking statements which may involve risk and uncertainties. Also, a reminder that this call is being recorded. I would now request the management to run us through the presentation for the period ended 31st March 2025, the growth plan and vision for the coming year, post which we will open the floor for Q&A. Over to you, sir.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for being with us on this call to understand what we do. And though I can't see the list, but I'm sure I must have spoken to or met few of you. And those who are meeting or attending this call for the first time. I am Vijay Oswal, as mentioned by Vinay. I am the founding member and the CFO of this company. And I welcome you all. To begin with, as most of you would know, Markolines Pavement Technologies Limited, we are one of the leading highway maintenance company, and basically operate into three major verticals or the core services we can call as highway maintenance, specialized maintenance service, specialized construction services. We are the first company to be listed on BSE, who's in the infra segment, providing these services to the various companies or the infra sector in India. We began our journey in 2002 with a single line product of road marking, and that is where our name come from as Markolines. But as we went on adding the portfolio, then we changed our name to Markolines. And from a single line product, here we are today into one of the leading maintenance services provider in India, the leaders in the organized sector. We are one of the preferred vendor in the clients who are asset owners in India. Actually the highway infrastructure scenario has been changing in the infra industry very fast. From BOT in 2009 to today, we are at TOT. And because of the TOT, what has happened is a lot of international players who has come in, and because of that, the outsourcing, because first of all, there is a huge focus on infrastructure, because if you want to be a developed nation by 2047, which is the current vision of the current government, the infrastructure has to be developed, and that is how the infrastructure is a growing sector. Because of the growing sector, there is a lot of allocation happening, and allocation at the same time, government is looking at monetizing by privatizing the road sector assets. They have done almost 40 to 50,000 crore rupees worth assets have been monetized up till now, and they have huge plans to monetize further. But with this privatization, road being a wear and tear item in nature, the maintenance is an inherent part of this particular sector, and that is where there is a huge potential coming in, always recurring potential, as well as since we are growing the infrastructure network at a very fast pace. We are probably at the per day average also has improved from very low in the prior to 2014 to today, from if you look at 22 kilometers to 31 kilometers as of now, as per the MORTH data. And privatization has also, since the TOT packages are larger in size, so mostly the lot of foreign funds who are acquiring the assets because of the lucrative return on investment, the outsourcing is very obvious, and it gives more chance for people like us to service them by way of providing these services to them. At the same time, as we go ahead, we have always been adding the newer technologies, then the various business segment to grow in terms of size, numbers, and that is how, and we are also one of the leading companies or the first companies who has a lot of newer technologies to India for in highway maintenance. We are the people who has re-established microsurfacing in 2015 from no volumes or hardly any volumes done to today huge number of volume done. We are the leading microsurfacing service provider, and we have done the highest microsurfacing in the country. Then we are the people who introduced fiber-based microsurfacing. Then we are people who have introduced the the recycling, that is full depth reclamation in India, CIPR in India. And consequently, we have 2 years back, we have entered into tunneling, because as we are growing, the maintenance projects will always be smaller in size to grow in numbers. We've added this vertical, which gives a larger size contract, and also better return or the profitability for us, which we have been talking about, that slowly we want to increase the profitability for our company, and which has started visible from this year. If you, I'm sure you must have gone through the results, we'll reach there also and discuss about it. So we are one of the leading companies providing services, and this year's result has given very good performance. Now, as far as the leadership team is concerned, it is myself and Mr. Sanjay Patil, our chairman, managing director, who basically lead the company. He looks after the all the business development execution. I look after the this thing, and other two directors we have Mr. Panchal as well as Mr. Nagarkar, who looks after the various other functions of this thing. Now, as management, I would like to also inform you that we have recently applied for the migration in the month of March. Our application has been submitted to the BSE. We have complied with all their requirements and documentation, and we are awaiting their response or the approval. We are expecting it very soon, and as soon as we receive the approval, we shall move to the BSE main board. Apart from that, there is one more major corporate action that we have announced, that is the amalgamation. As Markolines, we had two divisions. One was into the typical civil contracting, and other was providing services. But after doing the various deliberations, we came to conclusion that if we merge these two portfolios, we can have the consolidation, optimization, and the size consolidation for Markolines in the interest and better size or the representation in the market. So that is how we have announced the merger of Markolines Infra with Markolines Pavement, and that is also been filed. We are in the process of completing the documentation as per the BSE and SEBI requirements, and we shall merge these companies once the all formalities and required approvals are in place, as and when we go ahead on this particular journey. And this will definitely give better results and in terms of the capital market also. Now, coming to the if you look at our we are providing services across pan India, except Northeast India, where we have recently begun, and now this year onwards we are also looking at focusing on Northeast India, because the maintenance will start there also soon, because the road network is being developed recently. And as far as our clients are concerned, we cater to practically all the asset owners in India. All major multinational funds who own the asset in India are our clients, and including few of the government and semi-government organizations like MMRDA, MSIDC, PWD, BMC, NMMC, like that. and we carry a very good track record. Markolines, wherever we are standing today, we are standing out of our credibility and credentials which we have earned over last 20 years. We are the market leaders in the organized sectors with a proven track record, excellent and experienced team, and that is what has kept us alive and growing, of course, with the support of shareholders. Now, coming to the industry, as I have already said, that industry is growing at a very fast pace because that is the need, because the infrastructure is one of the major contributor to the economy. We have been growing at a very fast pace. As I have already said, that our road length have increased by 2.5 times from 2014 where we were. Then the per day new road construction also has increased. Investment monetization has gone ahead. There are a lot of new projects that have been announced, and there is huge allocation by government. There are various economic corridors, then the inter-corridors, access control highways, expressways, national corridors. There are a lot of projects are coming in across India, wherein in next 10-20 years, we will be connected from any point of India to any point of in India. So, and the projects which are coming is going to be a mix of this thing, bundles, like right from EPC to HAM to BOT or TOT. Then these are the various list of the projects which are already included in this presentation, which you can have a look at your whenever you feel okay. Now, coming to the financials, as of today, we have an order book of 357 crores, and post that also we have added about close to 50 crores worth order as we are talking, and at the same time we have about 500 plus crores of pipeline which we are always generally keep working on. As far as the margins, if you look at right from the EBITDA, EBIT or PBT or the PAT margins, all of them are on the upward trend. I have been saying in my various presentations in the earlier this year, or rather last year, that the FY25, where we had put in focus onto the bottom line, wherein we could optimize and consolidate our operational efficiency, and the results are seen in this financials. Our net PAT margins have increased by about 381 basis point, and of course the contribution, as we have been saying, that by adding the specialized construction, which will give us slowly increased bottom line, and results are now visible after 2 years of specialized construction. So as far as the P&L is concerned, we have already displayed now revenue, though there is a drop in revenue from 350 crores to 307 crores. It is mainly pertaining to the we have experienced the wettest monsoon last year, because of which our H1 was had a bad hit in terms of performance, but our operational team could manage well and do quite good in terms of H2. And out of that also, if I have to really tell you, in Q3 and Q4, if I have to compare, the 70% of the H2 turnover has come from Q4. And that is the only reason that you would also see the increase in the, the trade receivables. One of the major reasons for that, because almost 150 plus crores of work have been done in Q4. So if you look at the financial highlights, as I said, turnover dropped, but we have given the better results in terms of our EBITDA PAT. PAT has grown from 17.3 crore rupees to 22.56 crore rupees in this year. And so if you see all our ratios, they have been improved in terms of the profitability, and that has all obviously shown on the EPS, which is increased from 9 rupees to 10 rupees this year, which is about 11% hike year on year over last year. Yeah, next. So this is in nutshell from our side. Now we can open the questions. You can write to Mohsin, or he could moderate. Mohsin,
Sure,
you
sure.
can take the questions one by one.
All those who wish to ask a question may use the option of raise hand. Alternatively, you can drop a message on the chat and we'll invite you to ask the question.
Yes, sir. Sir,
we'll take the first question from Raghav Agarwal. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you, sir. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, Raghav, you are.
Congratulations on a good set of numbers, sir. Firstly, sir, I just wanted to understand that if I look at the FY25 segmental numbers, the increase in profitability has largely been driven by specialized construction, and particularly in H2, the share of specialized construction has also gone up. In the order book too, I see almost 75-80% is specialized construction. So just want to get your viewpoint on, are we pivoting more towards specialized construction as opposed to road maintenance, or how do we expect the split between the two businesses going forward?
Okay. See, the highway maintenance, as I said, is a recurring activity which runs on a periodic basis. Like for any particular highway, if we do a major maintenance, which is the statutory requirement or the performance requirement when we construct the highways, approximately once in 5 to 7 years. So typically the maintenance cost would be, on a very thumb rule, if I take it, will be about 1 crore of rupees per kilometer of the work we do. So the maintenance contract sizes are generally would vary from about 40 to 60 or maximum of 75 crore rupees from particular one client over one stretch of road. So they would always be in a consumptive type of nature. So the percentage of the the major maintenance orders would always be in a varying number, because they will keep coming and we will keep consuming the orders, right? As far as major maintenance orders are concerned, they are large size orders, but their tenure also is longer. It would be from 2 years to 4 years. So because of that, at any given point of time, if you see, probably the major maintenance number would be more. But definitely going forward, if we compare, it would always be the major, specialized construction number would be more in size because of the project size. And definitely we will be doing that also. At the same time, major maintenance, which is where we started from, is definitely is going to be a part of our portfolio, and we intend to be with all these segments. But to increase these sizes, going forward, slowly the specialized construction sizes will keep on growing.
Thank you, sir, for the detailed answer. So any rough guidance on what the split of the business would look like, say 2-3 years from now, between the two verticals?
Between the two verticals, if you see, let's say this year it is 70-30 percentage wise, if I have to talk in terms of the business done. But going forward, I see we could be about 50-50 in this particular, maybe in a year's time from now. And slowly, as I said, the volume will always be bigger into the specialized tunnel. Just to give you an idea, the one tunnel project which we are working in Maharashtra is to the tune of 300 crores. Whereas so if we get a one project of a larger size in specialized construction, obviously the percentage would change. But we are hoping that this year we should be close to 50-50.
Thank you so much, sir. And if I may just squeeze in one last question on the same.
Sure.
In the margin profiles and the working capital profile, how do the two businesses stack up against each other, sir?
So, as far as the margins perspective, as I said, margins are definitely better in the specialized constructions. And working capital wise, if you look at the larger projects, would also require more working capital. But if we compare it to the turnover and over the period spread out, percentage wise, it will be bit lesser than the MMR, because major maintenance programs, the projects are spread over only 6 months of project with a average 90 days of billing cycle. If I consider, we generally require about 25% of the working capital of the order size.
Understood. Thank you so much, sir. I'll get back in.
Most welcome. Most welcome.
Thank you, Raghav. We'll take the next question from Nitin Verma. Please go ahead.
Yes, Mr.
Hi, Vijay. Congratulations on good set of numbers.
Thank you very much.
My question is regarding Markoline infra merger. I just want to understand the timeline when we are expecting it to get completed, and also what are the if you could elaborate some numbers of Markoline infra which we had this year. I mean FY25.
Yeah, sure. So we have announced the merger in the April 22nd board meeting. We have done a first set of submission to the BAC. Now, there are certain queries which are running back and forth, and we will comply to every query. And thereafter, it will be subject to the, it is to be approved by the BAC, then it is to be approved by the NCLT. So approximately, we are expecting about 6 to 9 months of time frame for completing the merger. We would be always hoping for the shortest possible time, but since it is subject to the approvals from the authorities, that is the timeline we are looking at. So before this year end, we should be the merged entity. As far as the tentative number, the white tentative, I can give the numbers of the Markolines infra. We did a revenue of about 133 crores there, with a bottom line of 12.29 as PAT. Basically, this company is purely into the providing services. As far as percentage is concerned, it is about 11.64%. That is the PAT percentage to the turnover.
Okay, and what is the outlook after merger that you are looking to achieve?
So basically, these are the two group companies which have been operating, and separately, basically the skill sets required are separately. But with this, we can have the consolidation in terms of, the one second. Because the services, as a service provider in Markolines infra, generally we are always available on the road, so we will have a good information, real-time information onto the projects which we are handling. When it will come to the bidding, we will have better understanding of the roads or the tenders, so it will also increase our chances of winning the particular tenders, and also we will get the edge over when they are already operating those roads.
Okay, and one last question: if possible, could you please do the consolidated projection for next year or this year? What we are looking at?
Sorry, I did not get.
I mean, the numbers, the consolidated numbers of infra, and when the merger will be completed, the consolidated numbers that we are looking to achieve in this year end and by next year end.
We can do that, but I don't know whether we can publish it or not. We'll have to check the provisions. If permitted, then definitely we will publish that also. We can.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. That
Thank you
was
very
all
much.
from my
Thanks.
side.
Thank you, Nitin. Sir, we'll take a question from the chat, which is a similar question, that after merger, what will be the total order book and total revenue?
So, see, if I just look at the total order book, what we are looking at, generally the Markolines infra contracts, they are recurring in nature. Basically, they run on monthly billing basis because they are services. We do approximately 10 to 11 crore rupees of billing per month. So now, even if I consider 133, it would be about, so that will only take us to beyond 400. And we are also, as payment, also we are looking at good number or the good increase this year also, because we are eyeing on a few large size contracts which we should be in a position to close very soon. Monsoon is the time generally these contracts are discussed or bidded and concluded for, so that we can start the work post monsoon. So we are looking at a good growth this year also.
Okay, sir. This question was from Prakash V. He further asked that, can you throw some light on the transferor company, their revenue, PAT, etc.? What is the promoter holding in the transferor company? And mention their few major clients.
So I think I just explained about probably this question must have been before I explained about the Markolines infra numbers. As I said, still I repeat, as far as Markolines infra is concerned, 133 crores is the top line, 12.29 is the PAT that we have given this year. And as far as clients are concerned, now this is a very limited, the entire infra industry is governed by a very limited number of asset owners. Of course, NHI being the largest asset owners, and but otherwise in the private sector, the entire assets are owned by very, at the most, maximum 20 number of asset owners, and out of that, majority is now held by the international funds like I Square Capital, Brookfield, Macquarie, Actis, and they hold, probably in the private sector, they are very hungry on acquiring the assets. They hold about 70% of them, 5-7 people of them. So if you consider the clients, they would always be similar and same in both the companies. Only thing is, in pavement, the listed entity, we keep changing the projects because it is recurring activity once in 5 years. Whereas in Markolines Infra, if the project is acquired, generally we continue with the project for years together. The oldest project together today is I am operating close to 16 years, one of the oldest projects in Infra.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. I think Mr. Prakash has few other questions. I would request Mr. Prakash to please unmute and ask the questions. Mr. Prakash? Okay, since he is not unmuting, I'll just ask his question. Any roadmap when our company will become 1,000 crore company? Future ambition of the management.
So thank you, Prakash, for such a good vision we are also looking at. But as far as we are also looking that in another 3-4 years, we should be crossing the 1,000 crore mark, and we will put in our best to achieve that mark at the earliest. If we can even prepone it by 1 year, we would be greatly happy with that.
Thank you, sir. And his last question is that, is infra same like IRB infra, mean business sense, toll collection is also the revenue? Is my understanding correct? Is what he's asking. Sorry, sir, you are on mute. Vijay, sir, you are on mute.
Yeah, because my connection reset.
Yes.
I lost your question. Can you just repeat the question? Sorry.
Sure, sir. Prakash V is asking, is infra same like IRB infra? Mean business sense, toll collection is also the revenue. Is my
Okay.
understanding correct? Is what he's asking.
Okay, so partly yes and partly no, because IRB is also the asset owner and they do lot of activities in-house. So as far as the let's say road construction division of IRB is concerned, it is different. We are not, as of now, we are not into the road construction or as asset owners who take the bid, construct the road and recover money by way of the tolls. We are, as of now, we are providing the services for the maintenance of the road once completed as Markolines Pavement. And in Markolines Infra, we provide them the services like operating their toll projects, surveillance of the roads, providing the emergency services on the highways, then the routine maintenance that also involves right from cleaning to the horticulture services. So in a way, we could be similar to the one of the section or part of the IM.
Thank you, sir. We'll take the next question from Abhishek Agarwal. Please go ahead.
Haji Abhishek.
Abhishek. Okay, we'll move on to Raghav Agarwal. Please go ahead.
Sir, just wanted to check on the shareholding pattern of Markolines Infra as of today.
So Markolines Infra shareholding pattern. One second, let me just get Infra. Can I just? So as of now, if you just, I do not have that exact numbers. Let me just give me a moment. I will pull the data. But we are about 58% in Markolines Pavement, and post merger we should be about 61%.
Right, so that no worries. Can look at the data later, but largely owned by promoters, right?
Yeah. Similar shareholding in both.
And lastly, sir, on the order winning rate, sir, and this might be just a blip, but in the last H2 FY25, the order execution rate has been faster than the order winning rate. So, do we expect that to reverse, and like what is the projected order intake we expect for the next 1 to 2 years?
So Raghav, that's what I explained to you before also in one of the questions, that the major maintenance activities or the orders keep coming and rotating. So as far as the order book is not a very static, what do you say, the number. If you have just seen our announcement, I think just to let you know, we have won another, today only we have got a confirmation for about 25 crore rupees, close to 25 crore rupees of an order. And in this last 1.5 month, we have already closed the orders worth 50 plus crores. So they will keep, moving up and down. So it is not, generally we would have about 300 to 400 crore rupees of orders in hand.
Understood, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Chitresh Lunawat has a question. Chitresh, if you can unmute yourself and ask.
Hello, sir. Thank you for taking the call. Thank you, Captify team. My question was, sir, for Markoline Infra, at what valuation have we raised funds from outside? Like, I think there was a fundraise happening for 4-5 months. So, at what valuation was the fundraise happened?
100 crores, I suppose it was 100 crores.
So that was the only fundraise which happened, or there has been multiple fundraise?
No. That is the only fundraise.
Okay. And currently, when we are amalgamating, how much is the value we are giving?
About 200 and 263 crore rupees.
Okay. So the investors who invested before 6 months, so they have got 2.5 times money.
Yeah, because this year also the results were also better, the improvement in the performance.
Okay. Okay. And sir, anything on the ILFS engineering thing like which we were planning?
Not really concluded. We are still hoping for the NCLT is not yet cleared anything. So
Okay.
there is no update as such on that. It is still in the process.
Sure. Thank you, sir. And regarding warrants, sir, I just wanted to know like what percentage of money have you got, and how
So
much?
we have received 25% of the warrants. They were issued with a timeline of 18 months. So
Yeah. So out of the remaining, have anyone paid or like?
not yet, not yet.
Okay.
We are hoping to close it this. Of course, they will have to close this financial year.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you, Chitrish. Abhishek Agarwal, please unmute and ask.
Yeah, hi. Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Yes, Abhishek, you are.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for taking my question, sir. So my question is regarding the consortium that we were bidding for an asset of ILFS, if I'm not wrong. So what is the update on that, and what is the business with respect to tunneling that we expect?
Okay, so Abhishek, just before this question, I answered that since it has to follow a lot of process because we have gone through the IBC-like process, the NCLT is involved, and there is no progress as of now in terms of the deal, or it is still not been approved by the boards there. It is still at the same stage where it was. Now, your second question was in terms of tunneling. What is exactly that you would like to know so that I can explain it in a
I
better?
want to learn about what is the prospect of our tunneling business if if we are not able to take over the company in the NCLT, and if we go ahead on our own, what is the kind of momentum or prospect that we see for our tunneling business?
Okay, so first of all, our current business is irrespective of the proposed bidding that we have done for the acquisition. Okay, one. Now, as far as tunneling business is concerned, as of today, we have two projects, one in Maharashtra and one we are doing in Jammu, Kashmir. The Maharashtra project cumulatively is about 350 crore rupees all put together. It will be out of which we have done about 172 crore rupees or 180, not exactly. And on the Jammu Kashmir project, it is a very long project. We have just begun. It is a 4.2 kilometers of twin tube between Jammu and Srinagar. As far as the progress there is concerned, we have done about 1 kilometer of progress from the tunnel from one side. As far as business prospects are concerned, the tunneling is one of the very much growing potential because to increase the average speed, the tunneling is a very good solution, and we are doing tunneling across the India, and we see a very good prospects in terms of business and adding at least one more project this year. We are hoping for that.
Sure. And what kind of projects do we envisage from tunneling? I mean, what size and quantum?
So tunneling project by and large would vary from at least 200 to 400 crore, depending upon the size of the tunnel, the length length.
And normally, what is our portion? I mean, the quantum that we bid or we work on.
Means I did not get your question, Abhishek.
I mean, do we execute all of the project by ourselves, or do we partner with people? And what is our quantum then?
So it depends. There are various things like Jammu Kashmir project. As I said, we have taken in consortium because it's a huge project, and different skill sets are required. Whereas Maharashtra project we are doing on our own, wherein we are working with the subcontracting party there, which working. So it depends upon to the project. It would vary from project to project, but as such, we have a capacity and capability of doing everything on our own.
Sure, that helps. Great, thank you so much, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek. Sir, we'll take the question from chat from Soham Pimpale.
Okay.
It's hello. Are we using the white topping technology as well?
Sorry, which technology?
White topping technology. White topping.
White topping technology. As just till now, we have not done the white topping, but recently we are looking at few projects and we are bidding for it them also.
Okay, sir. Sir, I had a question regarding the specialized equipment that we have. Are there any plans to add the specialized equipment?
No, not immediately. We have as I said, that the specialized equipments like the microsurfacing pavers and the recyclers that we have already. So
Okay.
they should suffice as of now.
So what budget has been allocated?
So this year we are not looking at adding any major investment, because we have already acquired few of the whatever was to be acquired last year.
Okay.
So
Right,
this
sir.
year we are not looking at adding any major this thing. Otherwise, the hot mix plants, and they are always, as a requirement. If more number of projects comes and as in they get older,
Okay.
based on the client's requirement, we keep doing that.
Okay, thank you, sir. We'll take the question from Sandeep Biani from chat. He asks, since major of orders in FY25 were completed in Q4, hence receivable cycle increased more than 200 days. What is the average receivable cycle in a normal scenario?
So generally 90 to 120 days is what we say. If we average it out over the year, like if you look at, I think last year we were close to 100 days. And now when you see, as we are talking, the major portion of the receivable has been received in the past 1.5 month. More than we have already recovered more than 50-60 crore rupees out of the outstandings as of March.
Okay, sir. And he asked that do we see any non-recoveries? As I guess most of the projects are from government entities.
No, we don't see, and few of them which we have already said, the earlier ones, we are already in the court of law, and we have already recovered few, and we will be recovering every.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Anybody who wishes to ask a question, please use the option of raise hand. We'll take the question from Abhishek Agarwal. Please go ahead.
Thank you again. Just one last question from my end. Sir, what is that one thing or 2-3 things that we look forward to or that excites us going forward, that will catapult us to a different orbit or help us achieve much greater revenues, exponential revenues growth?
Thank you, Abhishek. This is a very question which is close to our heart, or any promoter of the company would be, that is growth. So in infra industry, as you grow, your credentials and the experience always count, and your eligibility increases. So by completing the projects, whatever we are in hand, we would be eligible for very large size of projects. Up till now, if we were only doing maintenance projects, but since we have completed about close to 200 plus crore rupees of work in the first tunnel, that tunnel work, now our eligibility is more than the 500 crores. So we will be definitely looking forward to bidding for the higher size of projects. So that will definitely give a rise in terms of revenue and the growth also over the next few years. That's what we are looking at.
Sure. Thank you. That helps. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abhishek. So we'll take a question from the chat from Nischay Mehra. He's asking, what was the main reason for the drop in the revenue?
Drop in the revenue, basically, as I have already said, the H1 we suffered because of the wettest monsoon. The performance was low, and it also continued for an extra time. So our work could start only very late in the Q3, and we could do much better work in Q4.
Okay.
And I think I missed one point. Abhishek had asked what excites us. So I'm sorry, Abhishek, for missing. I just realized you had asked me. One is the growing potential. What is the way we are growing, and we see a huge potential. And as far as Markolines is concerned, the the credibility that we carry in market, giving us an edge over the competition, the preference or the preferred vendors in terms of the listing, and as I have spoken about the size. These are the things that excite us into this particular thing. To be honest, once we had a vision of being an Indian originated MNC, but looking at potential, we feel that it is really if India with a large terrain like what we have, there is huge potential in India itself.
Okay.
Yes, Mosi, next question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nischay Mehra further asks, what is the execution timeline of the current order book?
So it would vary from a project to project. Generally, the major maintenance projects would be completed in 6 to 8 months time by and large, unless it is more than 75-80 crores, then that period would go to 12 to 15 months because of the monsoon break. And on the specialized or tunneling projects like work, the timelines would be spread across 2 to 4 years.
Okay, sir. And he's asking about margins. How are the margins in different verticals? Which vertical has the highest margin?
So specialized construction vertical definitely has higher margin than the major maintenance, because as of now, when we are working in major maintenance, we are working in the private industry. So generally, there the payments are prompt, but the margins are thinner. Whereas the specialized construction, they are longer in tenure and wider scope, which also gives us the better profitability.
Okay, sir. And Nischay Mehra further asks, what is the cash conversion cycle management sees going forward?
The payment cycle?
Cash conversion cycle going forward.
So approximately, see, it will, as we see that it will, if we really look at the closing numbers, it will keep varying. But by and large, our cash conversion cycle is about, averagely 90 days. 90 to 100 days is the general cash conversion cycle.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sir, we'll take the next question from Nitin Verma. Please go ahead.
Sure.
Hi. The last question is, why is the promoter shareholding decreased?
So, sorry, the promoter share percentage has decreased because of the addition of the preferential issue that we did in the month of September. So if you look at really the number of shares that the promoters have, there's hardly any change.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Nitin. Sir, Nischay Mehra has another question in chat. He's asking, what are the margins in number, if you can give?
Numbers, so one second, let me just so as far as if we look at the grossly, then about we can say 12% in terms of the major maintenance. But as I said, that turnaround times is faster, and it would be 18 to 20 in the specialized construction. It It would vary also from the activity to activity or the billing to billing, what we do in a particular period of time based on the activities that we do. But if there are specific activities which are being completed in a shorter period, even if it is a longer project, it gives better result. But on an average, it would be about, if you have to numbers, it would be 12 in terms of the major maintenance and about close to 18 in terms of the specialized construction.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So since that was the last question for the day, would you like to give any closing comment before we end the call?
Okay, sure. So guys, thank you very much for being with us and wanting to hear about what we do here. As management, I can want to definitely tell one thing, that we are committed. We are basically the technocrats. We have always believed in business, and we will definitely be, our focus is always going to be remain on business and growth. We will keep up to every try our best to keep up to the commitment of all the stakeholders. And out of this also, if there are any questions, queries, if we have missed out onto anything, you can definitely write back to us, and we would be happy to answer. And looking forward, we are also looking very excited for this particular FY26, because a lot of things are going to happen, like migration, merger, and new business coming in. That's all from our side. Thank you very much. Thank you, Vinay, and entire Captify team too.
Thank you, sir. And thank you to all the participants for joining on the call. And thank you to the management team. This brings us to the end of today's conference call. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.